Hello team, welcome to my channel. My name is Janet. Today's workout is an express one, so it's only 15 minutes long and you don't need any other equipment but yourself. It is all standing and we are focusing on the full body, doing lots of Pilates workout. Each movement will be about 50 seconds long with a 10 seconds rest in between just to shake out those muscles if you need to. If you enjoy these types of workouts, of course, let me know by liking this video, subscribing to my channel, and maybe even leaving me some comments below. Now let's find some space and let's get started.
All right, team, let's get started. Coming up to your first exercise, have your heels together. We're going to go into a squat position, and then as you come up, your arms are going to push out to the side on the diagonal, like a very wide V, slightly above the shoulders, starting to warm up through your arms and legs at the same time. So obviously, as you're warming up through, there's no need to go too deep with your bent legs. So as you stand up, try to squeeze your thighs together, engaging your inner thighs. And then knees follow the toes, going on the diagonal. Shoulders relaxed. Tummy muscles pulled in, especially as you start to lift that body up straighter. Striking the arms nice and long. Great, having that 10 seconds rest. Obviously at the start, if your body's still feeling good, you can keep going with the moves. But obviously if you get the burn, you can have a rest. So coming out into the wide squats, arms opening wide, in line with your shoulders as your legs go a little bit deeper now. So of course, if you're still warming up through because it's a bit cold at the moment or your body's feeling a bit stiff, again, don't go as deep. But if you're feeling quite warmed up through the body in muscles, feel free to go as deep as your knees will allow you to go. So I'll go exhale when you drop, inhale when you come into the center. So on the exertion is when you just want to breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. Good. Just having a rest there, 10 seconds. All right, we're just going to move over to that right side. So left leg will stay, right leg will step out wide, arms opening, and then come up on your tippy toes on the right leg, and then arms lift above the head. So squat, lift, back in, and step in. Every time I step out with my right foot, I'm going to stay on the balls of my feet if you can. But if you've got obviously calves or ankle sensitivities, you're going to stay with a whole foot flat, which means the heels get to come down. Just being on your tippy toes will help just strengthen your ankle strength, your calves, and work on that stability because obviously you've got less surface on the foot to help you balance out. Arms lifting just above the head on the right side. Good. All right, have that that is too long of a rest. It's just a 10 seconds rest. All right, so you're going to lean into that right leg now. Hands clasped in front, left leg extended, and you're just tapping that foot halfway in and out. You're going to stay low in your right leg. So there's always a good bend so that you can start to load up your glutes on the right side. Fast tapping. Body weight slightly into your right side. So the left leg feels nice and limber. So it's easy to move out and in. And toes are just tapping. It's almost like a balancing move. This is also a good step to do if you want to work up your stability to get better at balancing. These sort of moves where you're just leaning most of the weight onto one side is a great exercise to do. Great, have that little bit of rest, maybe shake out that right leg if you need to. All right, we're going into that squat position now with the left leg stepping wide and then an arm reaching above the head. Again, stay on your tippy toes on the left leg as it steps out and then lightly tap in. Or choose your options to go whole foot flat arms lifting just above you so that the hands are just slightly in front of you. Your bicep kind of touches the side of the head a little bit. Open and lift, come side and in. As your body's getting warmer now, just feel free to go a little bit lower in your legs, because you want to work the big muscles as well as your little ones at the same time. Good, have that little bit of rest. So we're leaning into that left side now. The tap out, tap in is coming. So left leg is going to load, hands clasped, stick your bum out a little bit, and then lightly tap halfway in, halfway out with your right leg. It's like you're dipping your toes in water and then quickly bringing it back in. And that weight is always leaned into the opposite side. So a bit more balancing coming into that left side now. Great job, team. Start shaking it out a little bit into that left leg if you need to. All right, legs are a little wider than your shoulders. We're going to go into a rotation to the right. Come center, up, down, left, center, up, down. So it's a lunge to one side. Make sure both feet are turned to the direction that you are reaching towards. And then lift up on your tippy toes if you wish to in the center. Tummy muscles drawn high into the spine as you lift and grow through your spine all the way out to the hands, and squeeze your glutes as you come up to rise on your tippy toes. So as you see, if I turn to the right or if I turn to the left, both feet move in that direction to keep the knee nice and safe. If you turn to one side and your knee doesn't follow, generally the body doesn't like it. Over time, it's not that great. Good. All right, have a little roll in the shoulders. Waiting for that next move. All right, we're only going to roll now to that right side. Start to work your arms, and then that back left knee turns out a little bit. So you've got to stay nimble on your toes, and you're rotating that hip on the left out as your arm pulls back into like a bow and arrow. So imagine you're pulling back a bow and arrow, your arms are gonna squeeze back, rotate out, and then you're just keeping that right arm nice and high to shoulder. I find that your right arm starts to get uncomfortable here, because believe it or not, just holding your arm out at height with the shoulders still works the muscles there, tones it up in a really nice and lean way, and building up your shoulder strength, which I know a lot of people have shoulder issues. Good, marching on the spot, so it's good to keep that shoulder nice and mobile. So keep the flexibility and also keep the strength. All right, stepping on your right foot, left leg is moving, tap forward, back and behind. Forward, side and behind, toes to tap, and then bring it back into the center. Okay, so this is your level 2 options for those of you who are working on your balance. You go forward, side, back, tap in the middle. So it floats to the front, floats to the side, floats behind you. Toes pointed if you can. So you want to elongate out your muscles. A lot of the workouts where people are doing heavy weights and squats, it shortens, but this move actually lengthens and tones at the same time, which it gives you that nice slender legs that a lot of people are aiming for, as well as helping you with balance so that we don't fall over in the future. Really effective. All right, give it a little shake in your standing leg. All right, so that rotation we did on the other side, we're just going to bring it to the left. Arm comes out, left arm stays, and we're going to pull that arm back like a bow and arrow while you twist. So every time you pull the elbow back, You're twisting your knee outwards as well. So you pivot your body and pivot your hips a little bit. On that right side, right arm moving. So left arm, left leg pretty much just stays still with a little bit of a bounce through on the legs. This move can get harder over time. If you want to, you can always grab a set of hand weights when you work out arm muscles. If you want to add a bit more resilience to it and make it a little bit tougher for yourself, just a challenge. Or maybe just hold something heavy in that stationary hand. Also helps. All right, good. Have a little march there. Shake out the muscles. All right, let's balance on that left leg. The right leg is coming forward. Tap forward. Tap side, tap behind, and then come back to center. So 3 points you are going. Forward, side, back, center, and then start to balance that leg. Forward, side, back, and then center. Balancing on that single left leg if you can. Always have a little bend in your standing leg. Oh, team, we are nearly done. There's only 4 more moves after this, and then you are done with your all-standing express Pilates workout today. Hopefully you feel this gradual burn and strengthening of the muscles as you keep repeating these exercises. Quite simple to do, it's just that they're repetitive, so it builds up that tension. All right, so we're gonna stay with your feet in parallel, lean forward, and the arms are pushing back. So notice my hands just drop to about my hip and then it lifts back up. All right, option is to lift your heels up, lean forward. This actually takes a little bit out of balance, so you have to work a bit harder on your stability, pulling your belly button into the spine to keep that body nice and stable. Lift up that pelvic floor. I'm sure you've heard it before in Pilates where they ask you to lift your pelvic floor. Those are the muscles that you use to basically do a number 1, number 2. So hold those up nice and high because it does always help you with that balance and keeping your hips still. Of course, if you're not up on the toes, you can keep the heels down, especially if you're feeling a bit wobbly today. Keep pressing the arms. All right, good. Have a little moment there. We're going to lean now into your right leg. Slight bend, opposite left arm lifted next to your ear. And we're going to draw the knee up with the elbow to center point. So my knee comes up about to where your waist is and your arms come down to say hello. Elbows to knees to touch. Leaning slightly on the right side. This is working your stomach muscles on the side, your obliques. Yesterday a student asked me where her obliques were. I said the side of your body, where the waistline is. Good. All right, keep that balance going. Remember not to lock out your knees on the balancing leg, so the right knee has always that bend. 2 more moves after this, guys, which is like about 2 minutes of work, and then we do a quick stretch. All right, so the opposite side's coming. You're gonna lean into that left side, right arm up, right leg out, in together, out together. Good. I like to look down on the floor a little bit in front of me, staring at a spot that's not moving, because I find that it helps me with balance. Wandering eyes tend to shake out the body a bit too much, I've noticed. Could keep your stabilizers on. Hopefully if you're working on your balance, you've been doing these standing exercises and you're finding there's improvements in your flexibility and as well as your balancing. Let me know if it does. Great. All right, last move coming up. It's all about the arms now. Taking the arms high, elbows bent like a cactus. You go in, out, and then extend and then come in. So it's like you're closing the window, opening the window, and then expanding your wingspan. When you expand it, it goes up to about shoulder height or a little bit higher with the hands is the ideal. Slightly above the shoulders is what I like to see because it works your muscles just a little bit more. And don't forget to keep your elbows as high as your shoulders when the arms are bent. I find as people get tired, their elbows start to drop towards chest line or sometimes even down to the stomach area. Try to keep it up there to keep it most effective. There should be a little bit of discomfort coming into the shoulders, and then we shake. All right, let's stretch the right arm up. Turn your head away from that straight arm or where the hands are pointing, and then swap to the other side. Take your legs wide, push that left shoulder in, and then keep pushing the hands onto the knees and open up through that hip and rotate through the spine. Lean slightly to the left, maybe right hand down if you've got the range. Of course, stay up a little bit higher if you want to. And then same on the other side. Into center, forward, heel toe. And then hug the arms behind you. Push that sort of upper back. And then roll the body up. Roll out the shoulders, press the hands away, lift up through the chin. And you are done. Thank you so much for joining me for this express class. Remember to leave some comments and like, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye, team.